everyone, I'm Jessica Fawcett, and this is a mini prenatal yoga flow for overall wellness and ease. So to get started, if you're able, we're going to be seated with our heels underneath our sit bones. The big toes are together and the knees are wide. So it's similar to the leg stance in a child's pose, however, we'll be upright. If this is uncomfortable in the knees or in the back, you're more than welcome to take a block and place it between your feet underneath your sit bones to create a little bit more lift. Okay? And so to get started, please place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over baby and close your eyes down. Drop your chin just a little bit to lengthen the back of your neck and drop your breath down into your physical body. As you begin to turn your attention toward your breath, inhale down into a full expanding torso. Exhale out with a soft and open pelvic floor. Continue this breath pattern in your own timing for a few more rounds. The journey of pregnancy is filled with so much adventure and change happening in such a small amount of time. It's good to pause for a few moments to be with your breath and be with your baby. And in these last few rounds of breath, you can send any message, emotion, sentiment down to baby that you wish for a little connection with this sweet soul that has chosen to join you on this journey. Take one more full round of breath, inhaling through the nose, opening the mouth to exhale. Please gently release your hands onto your thighs and blink your eyes to open. From here, we're going to start warming up the spine with a pregnancy-safe twist. And the rule of thumb is that the belly stays facing forward and the twist happens from the rib cage up. So we're going to take our hands by our sides, palms face out. Inhale, reach the arms all the way out and up for a big circle, nice stretch for the arms. And then on the exhale, twist to the right. Left fingertips fall in front of you, right fingertips fall beside you or behind you. Belly is facing forward. On the inhale, we bring it back up to center. Two hands touch overhead. And exhale, twist to your left. We'll do two more sets, right, left. Inhaling to expand. Bring it back to center. Let your belly and your baby spill forward. Exhaling to twist from the rib cage all the way up through the top of the spine. Inhale, bring it back to center, full soft belly. Exhale, twist. One more set each way, mamas. Keep moving and breathing. Inhale, reach it up, long spine. Exhale, soften. Once more, inhale, reach it out and up. Exhale to your left to soften. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Two hands touch overhead. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Lovely. From here, we're going to move on to our hands and knees, all fours. You'll set the hands shoulder distance apart, the knees outer hip distance apart or wider. And oftentimes in pregnancy, there can be some tenderness in the joints, particularly in the knee joints when we bear weight. So you can either tuck your toes to stabilize that knee joint, or if it feels better to have the tops of the feet on the ground, press the tops of the feet and the tops of the toes into the earth, and that will also stabilize that knee joint. We're just going to take 3 rounds of cow-cat. And again, not overstretching the belly. So the rule of thumb is inhale, lift the sit bones, lift the heart, lift the gaze until you feel that stretch in the belly, and that is where you pause. Exhale, round the back of the heart to the sky. Press the earth away. Hug baby up and in with your abdominal muscles, long back of the neck. And so we're not wanting to overstretch the abdominals. Keep going, keep moving and breathing. I always say that's baby's job. They don't need any help doing that. And it's not so much a concern for safety as it is just intelligent maintenance of your abdominal muscles during this time of pregnancy. Last set, inhaling cow. Exhale, hug babe up and in. Cat pose, back of the heart to the sky. And then bring yourself to neutral. We're going to take a side body stretch here in all fours. Go ahead and tuck your right toes and extend your right knee long, keeping the ball of the foot on the ground. It can feel really nice to take a moment to press into that right heel for a little calf stretch if you'd like. From here, you're going to cross your right foot to the outer left side of your mat, and you're going to hug your outer right hip up to keep the pelvis really buoyant rather than letting the thighs collapse toward one another. A sweet but intentional hug of babe up and in, press the earth away, and then curl your spine to your left so the spine takes a crescent moon shape as you look toward your right heel on the left side of your body. Breathe space and expansion into that right side rib cage. It's a right side body stretch. One more breath here. And then exhale, come back to center, and we'll take it on the other side. Tucking the toes of the left foot, extending the left knee long. Take your time, take that little calf stretch if that feels good for you. Strong upper body supporting you. Cross that left foot over to the right side of your mat. Outer left hip is buoyant. Rather than collapsing, we're staying neutral-ish in the pelvis. A little hug of babe up and in, and then curl your spine to the right. Look back at your left heel over on the right side of your mat. Breathe space and expansion into the left side body. One more round of breath here. On the exhale, release, come back to center. Awesome job, mamas. From here, go ahead and tuck your toes and press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Feet are going to stay a little wider than outer hips, and that's just making room for the belly, making room for baby. If downward facing dog does not feel good for you, if you're someone who's experiencing lightheadedness or any acid reflux or heartburn, this pose may not be your best choice, in which case you can practice it with the knees down, extending the arms long in front of you. It's almost just like a knee down, downward facing dog. Otherwise, we're going to be in full down dog. And you can pedal your feet out one by one or take any movement that feels good for you in this posture, bringing yourself into your body, bringing your connection closer to your breath and your baby. This is an optimal posture for baby positioning. So those of you in the third trimester, this is a great pose to practice daily if you're able to just help encourage into the most baby to come into that most optimal position for birth. Soften your belly. Let baby hang in the hammock of your abdominals. When you're ready, you're going to start to bring your feet to your hands or your hands toward your feet, whichever feels best. Start walking the feet to the top of the mat. Maybe you walk the hands back towards your feet as well. Long back of the neck, chin to chest. Feet as wide as you need them to be to make space for baby. Knees as bent as you need them to be for the spine to be free. We'll take one inhale to a halfway lift, long flat back. Exhale, you fold chin to chest, nose to knees. This time bring your hands to the backs of your heels. We're going to inhale, slide the hands up the backs of the legs all the way to the bum, lift the heart halfway, a little massage for the back of the body, for the back of the legs. And then exhale, fold down with pressure in the hands. We'll do that 2 more times. Little self-massage here, a little self-care. Inhale, lift the heart halfway, hugging babe up and in. Exhale, fold and release. Beautiful, mamas. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. In order to come to standing, please bend your knees, drop your tail. Roll your spine on up to Tadasana, standing on your mat. Take a couple of shoulder rolls here at the top of this posture. Awesome job. We're going to go ahead and take Chandrasana, a crescent moon shape in the spine before we get started with our warriors. So please stand with your feet outer hip distance apart. You're going to turn your palms face out. Inhale, reach the arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers and turn the palms of your hands up toward the sky. Side body bend toward your right. So you can keep it pretty mellow if that's feeling right for you. Press through the heels of the hands. That's what's going to expand that left side body. If you want more, shift weight into your left leg. Hips go to the left, bend toward the right. If you want challenge, maybe you float that right foot off of the ground. One more breath here. Exhale, bring it back to center. Switch the grip of your hands. Turn the palms of the hands up toward the sky. Side body bend the opposite way to the left. Maybe you take your hips to the right, bending to the left. Maybe you float that left leg for 3. Keep breathing, mamas. You've got this. 4, 2. And 1. Inhale, bring it up to center. Release the hands. Circle the wrists a few times. We're going to go ahead and take warrior 2 pose, and you may want to have a block nearby. We're going to start with the left leg forward. Having your block in reaching distance just in case you choose to use it. So in prenatal yoga, we're going to keep our stance wide. It's all about widening the pelvis, stretching the pelvic floor in preparation for birth. Left foot on the left train track, right foot on the right train track, and then go ahead and bend into your warrior 2. Set your foot stance, and then straighten that front leg and bring your hands to baby. We're going to flow in and out of this posture for a little opening of the pelvis. On the inhale, bend your knee. Extend your arms. On the exhale, stand straight, hands to baby. Inhale, bend, press into your left heel. Uncrunch your toes. Exhale, stand tall. We'll do 2 more. In breath to open and expand. Out breath to bring it all back to center. 1 more, and we're going to hold. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, back to center. Here's the warrior that we're going to hold. Inhale, bend into the left knee. Extend the arms long. Press down into your left heel so that your left toes can uncrunch. And then ground through the soles of both feet into the earth to firm the muscles on all sides of your legs. Send your pelvis back in space. So we're not going to crunch in the lower back, but we're just going to move the pelvis back in space. So this pose becomes very 3-dimensional in the lower body. This is going to open the hips, open the pelvis. From here, we're going to take side angle pose. You can either bring your left elbow on top of your left knee or your left hand to a block on the inside of your left foot, whichever feels best. Right arm alongside your ear. Again, checking in with your pelvis, seeing if you can send it back in space to open the hips, create a little bit more opening in the pelvic bowl. From here, we're going to take a few arm circles. On the exhale, take the right arm forward in front of you. Trace the earth with the fingertips. And then inhale, reach back, turning the heart up toward the sky. Exhale, turn the right shoulder forward. Trace the earth with the fingertips. Inhale, reach up and back. Keep pressing into your left heel. Your legs are working hard here, mamas. Keep pressing down into the earth, getting those muscles really strong and stable. 1 more arm circle. Inhale, reach it up and forward, down and back. Full Parsva Konasana, side angle pose. Press into the earth. Hug babe up and in, and inhale to stand. Release the hands. Beautiful job. Take it over on the second side. Right leg forward. Block nearby if you think you might want it. Left foot on left train track. Right foot on the right train track. We set up the stance first. And then go ahead and straighten the knee. Bring your hands to baby. A little hello here. And then on the inhale, bend into that right leg. Extend the arms. Virabhadrasana 2. Press into that left heel. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, full expansive belly, dropping your energy to the earth. Exhale, bring it on in. 2 more. Inhale, bend and open. Exhale, bring it in. 1 more before we hold. Inhale, expand. Exhale, bring it in. Nice job. Last one. Inhale and exhale. High to babe before we bend that right knee. Take warrior two to hold. In this posture, ground down to the core of the earth through your strong legs. The muscles will engage. Soften your belly and send your pelvis back in space, opening the hips. Take your right elbow to your right knee or your right hand to that block on the inside of your right foot. If you prefer, left arm extends long over the ear. On your exhale, turn the left shoulder forward. Hand comes forward and down. On the inhale, arm reaches back, rib cage open. So it's like an open twist. Everything is twisting above the belly. Keep going, exhaling to trace the floor. Inhaling to draw that arc across the sky. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Bring it all the way up and around. Full side angle pose. Press into the soles of the feet. Uncrunch the toes and relax your jaw. Take your pelvis back in space. Maybe turn your heart up toward the sky for 3. You are strong. You've got this. For 2. And 1. Press down into the legs. Inhale. Stand up. Take the hands to baby. Straighten the front leg. Nice job, mamas. We're going to bring our practice down onto the earth now. And we're going to grab a seat. Okay? So we're going to take something called a Z-sit. And it's like a very open Bahar Vajrasana. Okay? So pre-pregnancy, in this pose, we would keep the legs together, but it's all about opening. It's all about creating space in prenatal yoga. So we're going to take the left knee to the sole of the right foot. So you're making almost like the shape of a Z with your legs, okay? We're going to start by supporting ourselves with the right fingertips on the earth, left hand on the hip. This leg can be as bent or as closed as you wish. It's just going to depend on what's comfortable. We're going to take a little hip rock here. So you're going to sort of turn the belly to face the right knee. We're not crossing the leg line. Spill the belly forward, lift your left bum off the ground, and then rock it back down. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of rounds here, just getting into the nooks and crannies of the hips. The hips can be a source of discomfort during pregnancy, and while stretching is important, it's actually really helpful to make space and create structure around the hips. That's what's going to help alleviate some of that achiness that can be experienced. And so the next time that your left bum is lifted, belly goes no further than the right knee. Take your left hand onto your right knee. From the rib cage up, roll your right shoulder back. Take a twist. Belly is open, belly is soft. Gaze over the right shoulder. If you want a little bit more depth in your hips, see what happens if you slowly and mindfully start to roll that left bum back toward the earth. That'll create some space in your lower back. Inhale down into the earth. Exhale up toward the sky. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Let it go. Gently release and we'll change sides. Take your legs to the other side. Sole of the left foot on top of the right knee, and then see what feels best with the bend, the angle of this back leg. Left fingertips support you, right hand on your hip. Gently and mindfully begin to rock. And so you'll notice immediately if your right knee is unhappy with this, and you'll just kind of bring the rock in. You won't make it so deep, so full. Okay, you can also play with flexing that back foot. Stabilizing the ankle stabilizes the knee, and joint stability is really important in pregnancy, especially when we're working out, especially when we're exercising the body. The next time your right bum is lifted, belly spills forward. It doesn't cross beyond the left leg line. Right hand to left knee. Take the rib cage to the left. Gaze over your left shoulder. Soften your belly and breathe. One more full breath in through the nose, down into the earth. Exhale, up toward the sky. Maybe you rock that right bum back down to the earth just a little bit here for a little more depth in the hips, a little more length in the lower back. And you breathe, soften your belly, give baby space. Beautiful job, mamas. One more breath. On the exhale, gently release. We're going to take one more posture before we close out. Upavishta Konasana. So legs wide, heels into the ground, toes straight up toward the sky. Okay? If it is difficult for you to sit with a long, free spine, you're going to bring either a block or a blanket or some sort of cushion or some sort of support to lift your pelvis away from the earth. You can also choose to bend your knees. And if this just feels like a really inaccessible posture at this moment, you can also take Tadasana, soles of the feet together, long in front of you. Okay? But for those of us practicing Upavishta Konasana, it's a nice inner thigh hamstring stretch. Before we fold, we're going to internally rotate skin, muscle, and bone, and you walk your thighs back and wide. Take that care with both legs. Heels press down into the earth, toes up toward the sky, and you're digging your heels in with a little bit of engagement at the backs of the knees. Again, joint stability is a priority in pregnancy. This is a 90-degree forward fold, and you will gain all the benefits of this posture if you choose just to stay here. Maybe you bring your hands to baby. If you want a little bit more, blocks can be your support if you choose. You can take your fingertips forward for any amount of a forward fold. You can take your blocks in front of you for the elbows with forearms on the block. Or if you want to build a little tower, it can feel really nice to bring your forehead onto a block and rest your arms, palms up. Okay? So hinging at the hips, digging the knees in, back of the legs slightly engaged, and there is a stretch here, okay? And it is totally safe, it is totally okay to curl and round around your baby as if you're giving baby a hug, as long as you don't feel any sort of claustrophobia or too much pressure anywhere in the body. This can be really beneficial for expanding the back plane of the body. And as you're here in this fold, send your breath to the backs of the legs. Send your breath to your lower back as if you were expanding and putting more space between each vertebrae there. You send your breath to the back of your strong heart, to the back of the lungs, between the shoulder blades. And finally, you send your breath to baby. Relax your jaw. Take a few more full breaths here. Opening the mouth to exhale if you choose. One more breath, mamas. Gently start to walk your hands in and lift your heart. We'll take a cross-legged seat to close out our practice today, or any other seat in which your spine can be long and free. And we'll end how we began, with the left hand over the heart, the right hand over the baby, a gentle drop of the chin, eyes closed. Mama, you are strong. And I am here to remind you that you are the perfect mother for this child, and that will be true forever. Soften your belly. Take a full inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth. Gently bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me today. Namaste.